Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population and with little or no meaningful engagement leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say. Valentine's Day, the day of love, is here. A time to cherish the special someone in your life, to shower them with affection and to celebrate the beauty of love. Whether you're in a long-term relationship, just starting out, or simply loving yourself, February 14 is a day to spread love, kindness, and of course, joy. So let's raise a heart to love, to connection, and to the magic of Valentine's Day. It's another beautiful episode of your favorite primetime show. Yeah, the one you love. Ways, what are you saying? And my name remains Osayuame Sally. So tonight, right, unfortunately, I'm alone, and I'm going to be discussing this question we're asking, are people still pressured to celebrate Valentine's Day? That's the question. Do you feel pressured to celebrate Valentine's Day? Now remember, Ways is all about you. You are the why in Ways. So be a part of the conversation every single day. And of course, add your voice to the discussion. You can also head on to our YouTube channel. It's at Official Upgrade TV. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, and invite your families and friends to join and watch the show right now. So when I open the phone lines, I would really love to hear your thoughts on the topic. Are you pressured, to celebrate love? Are you pressured to do something on Valentine's Day? Right? As always, right? Before we go into the conversation, let me allow you ponder on my quote for the day. It says, the art of love is largely the art of persistence. I think it's just a very short and simple quote that you need to think deeply about, right? We need to be intentional about defining what love is. All right, so we'll delve into the conversation around love. And if you feel pressured to want to celebrate love on Valentine's Day, that's February the 14th, right? First, let's run off on a break. When I come back from that break, I want to let you in on some of the news interests that caught my attention today. Stay with me.
This season on Heartlands, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlands, in partnership with Reda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m. So engage with us.
All right, thanks for staying. Okay, so I'll begin my news interest, starting with Two-Face Idibia. So, I mean, everybody knows that the social media has been awash with the allegations that he has gone missing, that there's a disappearance. And the family actually wrote a petition to DSS, stating that, Two-Face is nowhere to be found. The petition was about his whereabouts, the fact that he's been missing. And if you know what had happened, I think yesterday we saw his mom come out on social media making some kinds of slight allegations that Natasha, that is his newfound love, is holding him hostage, against his own will, that's not her son. Sister mentioned something around a bead around his wrist and his neck. She should take it out and all of that. Yeah, so we don't know what is going on, but, I just thought to mention this. They say that they believe that Mr. Innocent left his residence in the early hours of the 10th of February in his loungewear, suggesting that he was going for a habitual walk, but he has not returned home since then, despite best effort of his family, staff, and management of his record label to reach or locate him, including contacting his friends and acquaintances. They have been unable to establish any contact or ascertain his whereabouts. So this disturbing situation, coupled with the fact that those who should have heard from him have not done so for the over 72 hours, has left his entire family deeply concerned. And that's why the petition, they wrote that petition, and that's part of the petition that I read. Okay, so yeah, let's keep our eyes on the story, because this Two-Face story, it seems like it's going nowhere and it's going to continue. All right, so in following up on the conversation around Unizik and the student, I had said it before. Yeah, you were standing in the hallway and that's the common area, the hallway. Yes, I would say that the lecturer did not need to use his hand. He should have just said, please excuse me, and, allowed her to move, then he worked. But the way he, of course, tapped her a little bit, like I said, that she escalated that thing beyond it. So at least, now this is what I say when people are not, when people don't apply emotional intelligence to certain things. Like, there are some fights, I've said this several times on this desk, there are some fights that are unnecessary, right? Literally, you can do without an altercation. If you understand how to deal with human beings, you can do without it. Sadly now, the university has expelled this young girl. She's a 300 level student. Like, literally, you are almost done with school, all in the name of you wanted to do a TikTok video. Now you lost 3 years that you have invested. So I'll read a little bit of the letter. Expulsion from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. The acting vice-chancellor has received a report from the Student Disciplinary Committee on the case of assault on a lecturer from the Department of Theatre and Film Studies, which was found to be gross misconduct and violation of student disciplinary regulations, particularly Regulation 4. He says, consequently, the acting chancellor, on behalf of the University Senate, approved the committee's recommendation that you be expelled, and you are hereby expelled from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, and the expulsion takes immediate effect. You are expected to vacate the university premises immediately and return any university property in your possession. You see what I'm saying? Sadly now, you have become, See, in some areas, I'll tell you for free, I remember that one of the laws that they had put in my son's secondary school was that if you were talking to a girl and you put your hand over her shoulder, just normal, just gist, and you're talking to her, if she accuses you of sexual harassment, it is sexual harassment. So they were teaching them that you have to learn to keep your hands to yourself. Where the lecturer would have been faulted would have been the fact that he tapped you, because you can literally say that that was sexual harassment. But you didn't need to go into that kind of altercation. You should have just easily probably reported or something. Now, you are the one at the receiving end. It's so sad. I hope you're able to find the strength to start all over again. There's nothing else I can say. First of all, you are a lady. I don't see why you start to hold somebody, jack the person, bite the person, like literally. who is raising our girls these days? Sad. All right, so Nadu quits Honest Bunch podcast amidst controversy. In fact, I was sleeping this morning, I woke up. The next thing I saw when I picked up my phone was the fact that he had written a letter. I thought it was a joke until I went to his official handle and saw the post. So from his statement, he's saying that, because he doesn't want to tarnish the brand, which they have built over the years. I mean, you must give it to them. They've been able to feature a lot of, high-profile guests and all of that. Yes, amidst all of that, they've featured some very, very controversial guests and very, very, funny guests and all of that. But the allegations are just too many, and I can't even keep up, So this is just a fight and a troll that is going on, and, he would have been okay if it was just affecting his personal brand. But right now, from his report, he's saying that it's affecting the brand that they have worked so hard to build, which is the Honest Bunch podcast brand. And that's why he's officially stepping down. Well, I don't know how the podcast will go after now. I even put a call through to Chukwudi, and I was asking him, what will you guys do? He said, well, they will try to navigate it, but I don't know how it will be. Nedu has a huge influence on that podcast. I really don't know. Was there a better way to have handled the situation? I don't know. So this final story is quite disturbing, and I just thought to mention it. So U.S. Congressman Scott Perry accused the United States Agency for International Development, that's USAID, that they had been funding, right, some, what's it called, terrorist group, right? Apart from Boko Haram, they mentioned Al-Qaeda, madrasas, ISIS. They said they're also funding some terrorist training camp, according to the reports. I mean, this was said during an inaugural hearing of a subcommittee on delivering or on government efficiency. The session was titled The War on Waste, stamping out the scourge of improper payments and fraud, focused on alleged misappropriation of taxpayers' funds. Says he was just talking about how they've spent so much money, and I think they have like an annual allocation of about $697 million, and some of those funds, the terrorist group that I had mentioned, they said also built about 120 schools in Pakistan with about $136 million. They were also, the allegations was also on giving out trainings for, I think, women in these regions, right? Educating them and all of that. So they said the Women's Scholarship Endowment, one of the funds they do, that one received about $60 million, or the Young Woman Lead, which received about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to speak in public. It's just a lot, Sha, because I don't know why these allegations are coming up, but I thought this was really, associating the work they do. We all know that some of these Islamic regions, they actually do not support female education, right? So if they said that USAID spent about $840 million in the last year, the last 20 years on Pakistan's education-related program, right? I would think that, that's one of the things that we talk about when we talk about female gender equality and all of that. So how this is now being tied to terrorism and Boko Haram, ISIS, Al-Qaeda and all of that is what I don't know. But hey, we'll be on the lookout for that story. I just thought to mention it because it's just a bit vague for me. So maybe if somebody has a clarity on it, please reach out and we'll be happy to have you explain what is truly going on. All right, so we'll take a break. Let's discuss Valentine. Stay with me.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word.
Hey, Nepa.
Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I know see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we will bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? That song has been playing in my head since I just had to sing it. All right, so Valentine's Day has become a cultural phenomenon, with millions of people around the world celebrating the holiday. However, with the rise of social media, the pressure to conform to societal expectations of how to celebrate Valentine's Day has increased. People feel compelled to share their romantic gestures and gifts on social media, creating the pressure to celebrate. Social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, showcases the highlights reels of other people's relationship, making it easy to compare and feel inadequate. The pressure to present a perfect relationship on social media can lead to feelings of anxiety and stress. And of course, we see different celebrities like the ones that are scrolling on our, on our screens. Vicky James and Femi, her husband. You see Toyin Lawani, see Fina, the ones that are taking their single shots. There's no boyfriend there. There's the ones that are with boyfriend, Big Brother winners. I think Kelly Ray and Casey, I think that's her. Then there's Diadem. There's, what's that her name again? Lefty, right? So that, like, literally, right, these are all lovely pictures. But you see, in all of these lovely pictures then leaves a lot of strain where people are feeling very inadequate and all of that. So in recent years, right, there has been a very big shift in how people celebrate Valentine's Day. Some individuals and couples are moving away from traditional gifts and gestures, instead opting for more personalized and meaningful expressions of love. This change, of course, in expectations and traditions may help alleviate some of the pressures that are associated with the holiday. So you will be wondering, what are the pressures, right, that is associated with Valentine's Day? I'll tell you for free, right? Romantic expectations. There can be very significant pressures to plan the perfect date. You see all those bouquet, everything, to plan the perfect date or gift can, of course, that can lead to stress and anxiety. The fear of not meeting a partner's expectation can be overwhelming. Of course, there's also financial strain. Somebody just called me now. I was saying that, please, I don't do Valentine, just send money. He said, you people have commercialized it. I said, but that is the reality of Valentine right now. Financial strain, because the cost of, someone had called me earlier today that, I just wanted to send you a Valentine's gift, blah, 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 that he wanted to give me a bottle of champagne and a bouquet of flower, and they said 2.6 million. I said, 2. What? I said, if you had sent it to me, I would have, I would have used punching bag to follow you back. Please, you have my account number. There's no need to send me those kind of things. First of all, I don't take alcohol. Secondly, what am I using flour for? I know be good. So send me the money. That money is more impactful to me than but you see, there is real financial strain. The cost of gifts, dinners, flowers, and other Valentine-related expenses can add up quickly, leading to some financial stress. Some people feel compelled to spend beyond their means to show their love. Of course, the third would be social comparison. whether we like it or not, social media and the societal norms can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy. Seeing others, their grand gestures or romantic plan can also make individuals feel like their own efforts are not insufficient. I mean, if you see Pella and Jarvis now, I saw them flying to, was it South Africa or something? They say that they go celebrate Valentine. Somebody else now, we no get money to buy tickets and all of that. You're in trouble, right? There's also, some of the pressure is also the fact that for those that are actually single, they will experience singleness and loneliness, because Valentine's Day can also just amplify that feeling of loneliness and social isolation. The holiday also places emphasis on romantic love, which can also now make single individuals feel very left out or undervalued. So that's why, if you can, the people that are single around you, I mean, this would just be a day to just send them. And it doesn't have to be like a romantic love. Just say, I love you and I'm thinking about you and I care about you. Just to let them feel like, okay, I also do matter. Another pressure would be relationship pressure. Couples, of course, may feel the pressure to demonstrate their love in specific ways. Now, this is not to say that they don't show love every day, but you see this Valentine, February 14th, they have to show love in specific ways, which can lead to both tension if one or both parties feel like their efforts are not really reciprocated or appreciated. Sometimes people will tell you that, please, you have to post me today, or somebody will say, buy me a gift. I saw a skit today, and they said that the way love is expected to be, it's supposed to be like both parties share a gift. You give me a gift, I give you a gift. But that the love in Nigeria, it is one-sided. It is the man that goes all out. So sometimes, it puts that, that feeling, if that love is not reciprocated or, appreciated, right, it can lead to a lot of tension in a relationship. Another pressure would be fear of rejection. Now, for those, remember those people that will send you flowers and they want to confess their love on Valentine's Day, and how the women will reject them and all of that, because they want to. Some people feel the need that, is that day I would like to propose, or I'd like to ask her out to be my girlfriend, to be my boyfriend, and all of that. And that fear of rejection can be, a significant source of anxiety, because a lot of people will feel like, will she accept me, or will he accept me, and all of that. There's also the cultural and family expectations. So in some cultures or family, there may be expectations to celebrate the holiday in certain ways, which can also add up to the pressure, right? Like, I see some people, they really go all out. You understand? They go all out when it comes to all these things. Honestly speaking, I don't really hold them. Like, these things don't really matter to me. What matters to me every day, it is what you do on a daily basis, your actions every day. So what happens on one day really does not count, because honestly, your actions, it's so bad that for me, you can do one thing that can just scatter everything, right? That's how I operate. So for me, all this one day love does not really matter. I like consistency. You understand? Show me love every day. So, but you see some families are like that, where they are expecting, to celebrate the holiday in a specific way, flowers everywhere, this everywhere, and all of that. And that can add to real pressure. There's also the workplace dynamics. Now, in some workplaces, there may be subtle or overt pressure to participate in Valentine's Day activities, which can be uncomfortable for those who prefer not to celebrate. It's not everybody that's like, I know some people like Jehovah's Witness people, they don't do birthdays, they don't do Valentine's and all of, they don't do Christmas, right? So imagine if you don't have that kind of space where you have those kind of people, the mix of religion and all of that, there will be pressure. And again, some organizations, right, they take out time to ensure that there is exchange of gifts within staff and just, bring about team bonding. But that can be real pressure. What if the other person does not have, right? So today in the office, we did pizza. It's enough for this celebration. If you're not doing that, go look for another one, right? But I mean, I'm just saying that there are other ways you can just do these things very nicely without having to put any strain on anybody. Self-esteem issues is also one of the pressures. Now, the holiday can also trigger or exacerbate self-esteem issues, as individuals may compare themselves to others and feel like they don't also measure up in terms of romantic success or desirability. So there are some people, they may never find love. There are some people that they will just be there. They might never be attractive to another person and all of that. So days like this just further amplifies those things, and they just look at themselves and they're feeling like, wow, would I ever feel loved? Would I ever be told I'm beautiful or I'm handsome and all of that? So you can actually feel like you don't measure up, and it is a real feeling, right? I'm saying all of these things because, as I said before, the whole essence of the show is to continue to just open up our minds. So you might just see someone that, you've just ignored for a long time and all of that. Maybe today might just be a good day to say, you know what, I've watched you for a long time. I think you're doing a great job. I just want to say, well done. You don't have to say, I love you, but just show them that they appreciate it. It just helps, right? And sometimes it doesn't have to be romantic, right? And, this one, again, some people actually feel like, romantically they've not succeeded, right? And, so if you can, just, show some nice gesture or love or whatever it is that you want to show to the next person. Now, this is the one that I was accused of this evening. They said over-commercialization. Now, the nature of Valentine's Day can make it feel more like an obligation than a genuine celebration of love, leading to cynicism and, of course, stress. When I told the person that called me, I say, please, don't be telling me Happy Valentine. Just credit alert is my love language. And they say, see, this is the problem with you women. You have commercialized Valentine. Valentine is supposed to be a feeling of, but that is the reality. So I did that intentionally because, again, that is the real feeling when you go out and you ask people questions, just tell them, okay, how do you feel about Valentine? I beg, there's not just time to spend money. All these women, they just want gifts, they just want this, they just want that. And that is the reality because why? Valentine's Day now has become more of a, just gift, restaurants, hotel. Today, we ordered pizza. It took us almost 3 hours to get that pizza out, just 2 boxes of pizza, because they were overwhelmed with the number of people, and all of that. I'm just telling you that it is a real business, right? It is highly commercialized. And I don't know if love is supposed to be that way, right? Because if we keep on laying emphasis on Valentine's Day, as opposed that persistency, like consistent love across all year round and all of that, then we might really have a problem. Because why would I just celebrate love one day? You show me all the love and everything, and the remaining days is a problem. So I feel like, that commercialization has really put a lot of pressure. It has put a lot of stress, and, people don't really focus on the relationship anymore. What they're focusing on is, oh God, did I give her the right gift? Did I buy the perfect gift for him? And all of that. And that shouldn't be. Right? If I love you, even if it was biscuit I gave you, I have given you something. And that's my love language, so you don't have to go all out if you can afford it. But if you cannot, literally, if you can afford it, fine. But if you cannot afford it, why? Why put yourself under that stress, and empty your bank accounts because you want to show someone that you love them? So, those are also one of the things that I'd say that, is some of the stresses that you see during Valentine's Day. So let's go on a short break. I have mentioned my own. I'd love to hear your own, right? And I want to share more insights on how we can, of course, the pressures of Valentine and how love was in the old generation and the new generation. All right, I'll see you later.
It's a season of love. In partnership with Yasin, Heartlines will be giving away 4 luxurious, beautiful gifts to 4 lucky women. So stay tuned to the show to find out how you can win these incredible, luxurious gifts. And yes, gentlemen, you can participate to win on behalf of your better half, because truly, love is in the air. So catch me live Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. on Heartlines.
All my Valentine people, they are calling. All right, so thanks for staying tuned. Now, the question is, are you pressured to celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you feel that pressure? Let me know what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also call our phone lines. The numbers to call are 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. And let's hear what you have to say. Okay. My Valentine people, they are busy calling. Oh, my God. All right. So, yeah. I'll say that ultimately, right, whether or not to celebrate Valentine's Day is a personal choice. But some people may enjoy the romance and the, of course, sentimentality of the holiday, while others may not. It's essential to respect individual preferences and not succumb to societal pressure to celebrate. Now, have you ever wondered how the love was, in case you are young, but if the older generation, they would know. So let me break it down. I did a old love, that's pre-1990s love, and of course I did another one, which is the post-1990s love. That's the new love generation, right? So old love generation, traditional romance. Like the old love generation valued things like traditional romantic gestures, candlelit dinners, flowers, just enjoying music and dancing under the rain or under the stars, just hold your partner's hand, you walk, those kind of, very serene things. And, for the old love as well, they had long-term commitment. Now, this generation, they prioritize long-term commitment and loyalty in relationships. It's not a quick thing, and all of that. They took their time. So you see cases of, I met her when she was in secondary school. We met each other in nursery, kindergarten, all those kind of things. That's long-term commitments. They've been friends. They've been this. Can we just take it to the next level? They also enjoy private celebrations. So Valentine's celebration for them was often private and intimate. So it is just you and your lover in the one-bedroom apartment that he owned with music, and people are sharing a bowl of gari, or you're eating a band, a goosey soup. They just prefer to spend quality time with each other because there was no cell phone, there was no nothing. It was your radio, music like Phil Collins, what in be her name, all the love people now, all of them. Celine Dion, they'll play all that music, Bele, they come out shout, because after that, pregnancy was always happening. But I'm saying that it was more private, it was more intimate because they didn't have social media as distractions and all of that. Then also the sentimental value, right? So things like little gifts and gestures held a lot of sentimental values because you would see that even till date, right? So most times there are some gifts that have been gifted that I know that I have outgrown it, but I just cannot see myself giving it out. Not because of anything, it's just the sentimental value that So all-time love would be that, maybe the smell of his jacket, you just hold on to that smell. Maybe the lady took a picture and she gave it to you, you paste the picture on your wall, you just be looking at it, you're reminiscing. The love was, it was sweet. The gestures, you had a lot of sentimental values, like you cherished some of these little tokens of love. Like you literally give them that plastic flower. That plastic flower, they will hold it till they enter your like the house, like you're married to the person, you hold it to that house and you say, yes, remember this flower? That was my first gift you gave me. Remember this, remember that. So you used to have a lot of all those remember this, remember that with, old-time love. But you see, this is our new generation love. Modern romance. Now, the new love generation is more open to non-traditional forms of romance, such as adventurous dates, personalized gifts, and of course experiences. They like all the things. Let's just go out there. Let us, it is, we are going to, literally there are just so many things. Let's go and explore this new restaurant. Let's do this, So when you start to do gifts, can you get me a Birkin's bag in my name, all those kind of things and all of that. They value more personalized gifts. They like a lot more adventurous events and experiences and all of that. And they also, for the new generation love, they also enjoy flexibility and freedom. Now, this generation, they value flexibility and freedom in relationship, which focuses on, personal growth and individuality. So it's not that everything, is about you. Old generation is that we're in it together, we die, we're loyal, but you see this one, you say, yeah, day or day, I did my day. Let me go and build myself. You build yourself, we'll be fine, and all of that. So there's that, you see that freedom and flexibility. And that's why you see in new relationships these days, they kind of somehow, they're open to, what's it called? You see them say they're open to, what's the word now? Open marriages. They're open to those kinds of, you can have your friends, go do your thing. I have my friends, I'll go do my thing, and all of those kind of things. It happens, Traditional people still like all those, just you and I and all of that. Now here you hear all those threesome matter and all of that, because of that flexibility. And of course, with the new generation of love, social media sharing, right? So days like Valentine's Day are celebrated often. You know, you see them share on social media, you see them post, you know, they will showcase their love, they write long lines of whatever on social media, all to say, oh, I love you, I do this, I do that. Oh, you know, there is a gift that is being given to you. The next thing you're seeing is that you're bringing out your camera, you're showing, oh, hi, guys, see what my boyfriend just got me, you know, all those kind of things. That's how this new generation, they celebrate the love. You know, everybody must see them. You know, they must showcase, say yes, you know, and all of that. So they showcase their love more openly, and, you know, their relationships are more put in the face of people online for this new generation of lovers. Of course, I would say for this same generation, they also have this experimental gifts. So gifts and gestures are often experimental. So they just try different things. So they can say, okay, a weekend getaway. They can say, oh, concert tickets. They can say, okay, you know, we'll go and take cooking classes. You know, those kinds of gifts is what you get. Or go to a spa. They give you like a spa ticket. You just go and, you know, massage, have a whatever. They have a lot more, you know, the kind of gifts they give with the new generation, they are more experimental. So I'll say that some of the key differences, right, with old, new, and everything, communication style, right? Old love tend to prefer more traditional communication methods. So they want you to have like handwritten letters, face-to-face, you know, let's talk. You can also be like on the phone for a long time, you know, just be talking. This love, Sha. Go write handwritten notes. Some things where we do. You know, so you have all those kind of gestures. You do all the handwritten notes, you do letters, you do, what's it called, one-on-one talk. You're in the house, you're just talking and all of that. While, of course, the new generation love, they are more comfortable with digital communication. So, for instance, they don't mind to talk to you on the phone. They can just text you, and they can leave you a voice note. They can, in fact, some couples, this actually on social media, they go to express their own communication. They go to talk to each other on social media. That happens with the new generation of love. Then, of course, for another key difference would be relationship expectations. So for older generation, they often expect long-term commitment and loyalty, right? While the love, of course, the new generation, they value flexibility and freedom, as I mentioned earlier. These days, I never knew how we came to that point where you're comfortable as a couple to have like a third party in your bed and all of that. Those are the things that we see today. But, you know, the long-term, old-term relationship, they are more committed. You know, they're just, you know what, it's just you and I. There's a lot more loyalty. Even if you want to go and do something, it's not like they did not used to do. They just go outside and do it. It's not like, okay, this person is aware. But this new generation relationship, they know everything that is going on. In fact, they even plan it together. I've seen I was actually... someone actually told me of a wedding where she attended, someone close to me, that, you know, it was the couple that they were looking and they were pointing. She was wondering why were they pointing and everything. So they came to her, you know, in the end and said, oh, I like you. That, you know, I just like you. And this is the two couple. They were husband and wife talking to her and saying that, so we're a couple and all of that, and we're in an open relationship. We'd love to have you tonight as our date, one. He said, huh? I better go. I'm very traditional. I ain't doing such. She said, please, sorry, I'm not interested. But, I mean, those are the kinds of things you see with the new generation kind of relationship. There's just a lot of freedom, please, I want to have my... not there for old one. So, of course, celebration styles, as Ted mentioned earlier, the old love, you know, generation, they tend to prefer more intimate moments, private celebrations, while new love, they are more open. Like, literally, every single thing right now you see happening, you know, the next thing you're seeing that they're bringing out their phones and they're just going on social media, going on Instagram Live, on TikTok Live, and all of that. That's how, you know, they celebrate their own love. So do you think now, based on these two comparisons, what kind of love do you think will make sense to you? Are you still for the old, or you are in all for the new, right? So yeah, that's basically the question I'm going to ask you again, you know, because what I'm seeing that might eventually happen would be that we might come full circle, where probably our children or their children will start to go back to the traditional way. Because at some point it is tiring that everything about your life is just out there. You know, you're just talking, next thing you're putting your phone on, you know, and you're all over, you know, social media. Some people don't actually, and I find it that most of like our children, they find it very distasteful. Like literally, sometimes I do that with my sons. We're about to do something, I just pick up my phone, mommy again, you've come again. So I have a feeling that we might come full circle, and those people, they will just reject anything, you know, showing online and all of that. They might just kind of just, you know, reject that. All right, so here's how we can handle some of the Valentine's pressure, because we started with pressure, so I want us to be able to, you know, come back to just talking about how we can reframe, we can handle some of the pressure. So the first would be refrain from Valentine's Day. In my opinion, every day should be Valentine. You should view it as a day to just show appreciation for all kinds of love, including friendship and family and self-love. It doesn't have to be a romantic love. And if you can, avoid it. I would rather you go like you show love every day than to just pick out and select one day and say you want to show love. So just to give yourself some peace of mind, refrain from it. I would say also practice the act of self-care. This is very powerful. I tell anybody that cares to listen, I love myself too much. As you see me like this, I pamper myself. You know, when it's time to take a break, I take a break. When it's time to rest, I rest. You know, and all of that. I just take good care of myself, right? I don't need to wait for somebody to say, oh, I want to show you love. I show myself a lot of love. So you must practice the act of self-love. You must practice the act of self-care. You know, take care of your physical, your emotional, and your mental well-being. Is very important. You cannot depend on somebody else to help you take care of yourself. No. It is, let me tell you what happens. When you love yourself enough, you begin to attract. That's why I attract. Because I love myself too much. So anything, you are just an addition, right? So if you tell me you love me, I'll say, I know, thank you, but I love myself too. Do you understand? So that just helps you to do a lot of things and get a lot of things right. I'll say again, set boundaries, right? Don't feel obligated to participate in Valentine's Day celebration if you do not feel an authentic, feeling to say you want to really celebrate it. If that is not you, it is not you. Like me now, you can't force me to go and say, I want to go and buy flour, go all. I see a lot of people like they are panicking, sweating, jumping up and down, going to get book. You can't catch me there. So you have to set your boundaries, know what you can accommodate, what you can tolerate, and you just set those boundaries. Then I would say that you have to also focus on the present. So instead of worrying about what others are doing, on Valentine's Day, you focus on this moment. What is happening? What brings you joy? You know, if it is, see, if you know me very well, when I'm alone, I love music. And I just love to dance by myself. I love to just sing. I love to just, you know, and all of that. So if that is what brings you joy, just do it. Because it is very important to remember that Valentine's Day is just one day, right? Very, very important to note that it is just one day. And there are many ways to express love and appreciation that doesn't involve all these grand gestures or significant expenses, right? So we must be intentional about that. I saw a very disturbing video, I think it was today. Yeah, someone sent me a very disturbing video of how, he now says, oh, this is why, the thing he said, see, when women pressure men to want to make money, something so in the video, the woman was looking completely lost, as if her senses had been taken away from her, you know. So they were accusing the guy of maybe some fetish, ritual that he had done, because obviously she had lost her senses. She was no longer herself. Like she was not, she was not responsive. She was just docile. You know, she was there. They were pushing her. They were pouring her water. She was not even responsive, but she was alive. The person was saying that, you see, this is what women push men to go and do. All of a sudden, women, you know, you now see a man and, you know, you start to say, oh, you want a rich man, and this is what rich men, you know, and all of that are doing. Yeah, I get that thing. But you see, the truth is that I don't want us to keep on, whenever this narrative comes up, to keep on putting the argument and just putting it on women. Men too. If somebody is pressuring you, why would you put yourself through that, you know? See, every man gets in size. You get the one way your pocket fee afford. You understand? You have the one your pocket can afford, right? You need to be intentional about what you can afford. So that you don't put yourself under undue pressure. Because if any, like that boy now, if they're not able to resuscitate the lady or whatever it is, that he's going to go to jail. All because of what you wanted to impress. So it's very important that we need to understand that Valentine's Day is just one day. There are many ways that we can express love and appreciation without having to do some of these grand things that we see, like going out of your way. One flower like this, you know how much one flower costs? The last time I bought a bouquet of flower, and that is not even those large sizes, a very tiny, I think about 10 sticks or something of roses somebody wanted to give someone and asked me to help order flowers for them. That thing was almost like 60K. Do you know how many plate of, what's it called, egusi soup and eba that 60K would do for you? You understand? So, I mean, I would even say for the men, please go and look for your size. It is the one that wants for you to climb mango tree and pluck mango. Some people it's guava that they want. So go and select the one you want, you know. So I would say again that with your partner, you must be very ready to have open communications, right? With your partners, your families, your friends. It will help, you know, alleviate some of these pressures. Because sometimes if you don't communicate, you understand, how would the person know that you are not capable, you're not feeling up to it? Just say it that, this one right now, I don't think I can, you know, don't put yourself in that point where you're not able to express and just share, your concerns. This is what is going on. I really cannot, you know, this particular, what's it called, Valentine's Day, unfortunately, please, can we just drink our gari and our granite and be fine? So it will help alleviate some of the pressures so that people don't have too many expectations from you, right? Of course, I would say that the pressure to celebrate Valentine's Day is still very present. If we want to go back to the question that we asked, right, that are people still pressured to celebrate Valentine's Day, I would say yes. There's still a very high pressure. There was a report that we saw from SBM Intelligence where they were talking about, you know, they thought that because of all the economic hardship and whatever that is going on, that people would not buy Valentine gifts, people would not spend on Valentine's Day. But contrary to their whatever, so the initial plan would have been, they wanted to know, okay, I used to spend. Next thing, they had to change the entire research because why? They now found out that a lot more people, even with all this economic hardship, they are still very, very interested in buying gifts and, you know, celebrating and all of that, which just tells me that it's our human nature to want to show love. It is actually because our nature were built on the nature of love. So it is also natural for us to want to show love. But I'll say that pressure, yes, it might still be there, right? And of course, the most important thing is you have to do what you can afford. If at all, you must do it. But I would say that you don't have to do it because some of these pressures are actually fueled by social media, you know, and this overly commercialization of love and, you know, and the show of love, you know, these are all societal expectations. It is not in any way a proof that you love that person. Like literally, we've seen people on social media send bouquet of flowers, do all of those things, buy you car, buy you that, and the next minute they're punching you like a bag, right? We've seen all of those things. So it is very important that we must understand this. So, and by recognizing that the challenging expectations and traditions surrounding the holidays are still existing, individuals can also make informed choices. As I've said, it is still a choice about how they want to celebrate and how they can, you know, prioritize their own form of celebration, right? You have to be intentional. Be intentional about your preference. Don't allow people tell you who you want to be or how you want to be it. So, I hope with these few points of mine, because I want to go and do my own celebration. I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to be sure that, you know, if you are feeling pressured, it is okay to feel pressure. Because why? The society has been built in a way that it is a pressured society. Everything that comes to us right now, from our eyes, from what we smell, what we taste, what we feel, and all of that, it is pressured. We are living in a pressurized. So let's say the world right now is a container. We're living in a highly pressurized container, right? So for you to be able to maintain your sanity, for you to be able to maintain your cool, you have to learn how to self-regulate. And self-regulation means that right? You see what the world is doing. You are in the know of what it is that they're doing, but, right, you also have that self-consciousness and awareness enough to know what is good for you and how you want to live your own life. If I did not do this kind of things that I'm saying to you today, I don't think I'll be where I am. Because the kind of life that I am exposed to, what I see with the people around me, it's enough to be very depressing. Remember that part where you feel like you don't measure up? Where you feel like, oh, why is this person succeeding romantically and you're not succeeding romantically? You can, like literally the list is endless in terms of what can put you under pressure. But what I feel like God has just been gracious to me for is the fact that I have learned how to master my emotions. I've learned how to prioritize what is important. I've learned how to be intentional about how my mind works and how I think. And that has helped me all the way. So today, you cannot be the one to tell me that I need X, Y, Z. No. I would look at it. Is this an important need or is it a want? If it is a need, then we have to find a way to get it. But if it is a want, it can wait, for the things to that are priority. So those are the just, few pointers that I would make to say that, that can help you. So please, Valentine is not a do or die affair. Love should be celebrated every day. And love is not in the big things. Honestly, if you want to check how love is in the little things. It is those little actions that you take, those little decisions that you make, those little gestures that you do. Those are the things that determine whether you truly love the person. So be careful how you define love. It's not everything that is revolving around money or whatever. It is those little things that count. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Yes, and listening to my rants. I know that a lot of people right now, they're out there celebrating love. Do as your pocket can handle, because I will not be there when the gbese is coming. Remember that there are many things that are very much important that takes priority. So just be careful so that whilst you are spending, you know that, yes, there are some safety nets and some investment that you've had ready. My sister just gifted me. Is it that I'm seeing double? I'm seeing that there's a gift of, this money is big. I'm seeing plenty zeros. Okay. My sister gifted me something on Valentine's Day. She called me. She was calling me frantically. I want to gift you something. I'm just seeing it now. Hey, is this real? Okay, so I'm just going to go. I'm going to cash it out. She understands my love language. All right, thank you for watching. Before we go, ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Official Upgrade TV. You can interact with us further, drop a comment. Most importantly, follow all our engagements on social media, like, share, invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. If you missed my quote for the day, it says, the act of love is largely the act of persistence, right? I'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you.
Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Hey guys, it's Oluchi for Raise Breakfast. Thanks for always tuning in. Our research has shown that you're probably not subscribed to our channel. What are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you never miss out on our latest content and stay in the loop with all things Ways. If the channel grows, it means more great content for you guys. So hit that subscribe button now.